we will be taking information about ancient Indian jurisprudence, that is the system of justice in ancient India, its salient features. Number 1, the justice used to be on the local level, that is at the level of Gram Panchayat or the local temple in the Panchakroshi, where each person would know each other and the local priest or the mukhya of the village would preside. Number 2, the next level of justice used to be at the king's court, and the judge used to be called as Prag Vivada. Prag Vivada means the one who solves dispute by speaking or taking part in it. So the justice used to be an interested and active party in the process of justice. He would ask questions, he would check witnesses, he would go to the location, he would experiment with things and then come to a judgment. This is how the Amatya or the Maha-Amatya would generally have the role of the justice or the judge. Lawyers were conspicuous by their absence. However, if somebody wanted, he could get another person to speak on his behalf. The final authority would be the king. However, the king was not above law. We will come to that later on. The third of this was truth and fairness, were the test of justice rather than proof or loopholes. So you don't have to prove beyond doubt that somebody is guilty. Also, just because somebody is guilty, he would not be punished. A measure of punishment, measure of proportionality and measure of fairness in the given circumstances would be looked at. Fifth is, as I said, lawyers were conspicuous by their absence. Fifth is, there was no codified law, that is, no common law applicable to everybody. There were directive principles given by Narad Smriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti and Manu Smriti. Sixth is, the major principles would come out from the Shrutis. If not the Shrutis, the Smritis. If not the Smritis, the Shastra. If not Shastra, then Rudhi or Parampara. Sixth is, each community had a different set of rules. So the community would be judged by its own set of rules and not by the set of rules made for other community. That is, law was not universal, and that is why the term Shastrat Rudhir Baliyasi has come into vogue. So Shastra is your law, Rudhi is their law. If there is a conflict between your law and their law prevails. So the question of I did not know the law would never arise, because law would be around you since your birth. The seventh significant part or salient feature is that punishment would be proportional to the crime and the status of the convict. The higher the status, the higher would be the punishment. This was said to be done so that an example is set in the society to remain on the path of law, to remain law-abiding citizens. And we come to the last significant point. The king was never above the law. King was punishable by the law, and he was also punishable for certain offenses committed in his kingdom. If anybody in the kingdom was caught stealing for want of food, because he is not able to feed his family or himself, or he is forced to steal to repay a loan, the king would be held responsible and would be punished accordingly. So these were the features, salient features of ancient Indian jurisprudence. We will look into more of these and examples of why this system worked so well for thousands of years in our coming episodes. Namaskar.